What happened in the end? What did the dolls do to people? Who is Longlegs? What's the meaning of the movie? Where were the hidden messages? If you're looking for answers to these questions, stay with me until the end. Longlegs scares the audience with suspense by keeping the audience waiting, and its slow rhythm, framing, long pauses, and soundtracks. Sounds, tones, and different sound frequencies play an important role in this movie. Their impact is often not in the audience's consciousness. The director wants to surprise the audience by changing the plot from a story about a serial killer, like other movies in this genre, to a story about the devil, worshipping devil, and the effects of devil's actions on human lives. And most of his work, whether inside the movie or outside the movie, is to influence people's unconscious, because the unconscious mind's medium is conscious mind. So if you can somehow influence the unconscious mind, you will undoubtedly see the result and the impact in a double way in the conscious mind. When you watch the movie for the first time, you may not pay attention to many things, including silhouettes in the background. You may not hear the tracks correctly. You may not pay attention to the composition and the high contrast images in front of you, but all these inattentions are inattentions in conscious level. All the elements, all these puzzle pieces which are supposed to end up in a complete puzzle in shape leave an acceptable impression on your unconscious in the end. As I said in the beginning of the movie, it seems like it's only about catching a serial killer. But from the moment they find a doll with human hair and a metal ball inside its head, the issue of magic, Satan worship, and Satan himself is raised in the rest of the movie. The impact of the metal ball is also in the unconscious mind of people. With special frequency of sound and noise it creates, it finds the sound, images, and memories it wants from the dark corners of the mind and brings them to its surface. This is my theory, but the truth is that it's not clear exactly how the effect is, due to the fact that unconscious function is not fully justified. But how can you see the effect on the unconscious? With the events that people make in their consciousness without complete awareness and mentality. That's why I say the unconscious medium is consciousness. The metal ball effect can be a form of indoctrination or changing people's point of view towards each other, or recalling a series of unpleasant events and memories to the level of consciousness. The metal ball creates a noise at the time of destruction that the person cannot hear all its frequencies easily, but the part of them that the person can hear makes him dizzy and confused, and the black aura that comes out of it indicates that it's evil and has a supernatural power. Satan can be seen in silhouette in different parts of the movie. Nicolas Cage's strange look is because he wants to become more beautiful for the devil, and his swollen skin and crazy makeup are the result of Longlegs' crazy beliefs. Cuckoo is a type of bird that lays its eggs in the nests of other birds to grow. Longlegs sang cuckoo, making dolls and placing them inside the house of different families by himself or Harker's mother until the doll penetrates the souls of those people. Lee Harker's conversation with her mother is one of the strangest conversation you can see or hear. There are long pauses and a weird and creepy sound tone in their voices. This state indicates the heavy burden of the past on the shoulders of both of them. Each of us has this experience. When we talk to someone with whom we had a bitter past together, we talk very slowly, calmly, with thoughts, and with the right choice of words and topics. We want to make sure that nothing is remembered again and no old wound is going to open again. So we don't get hurt more, and at least we don't create and leave another uncomfortable and sad past for each other after this conversation. This especially happens with friends, families, and people who are close to us, because we would like to fix our relationship again, but the heavy burden of the past doesn't go away, doesn't let us. So at least we want to keep everything as it was with a neutral conversation, so the situation and the relationship doesn't get worse. If we want to analyze the movie with devil worship and evil deeds, at the beginning of the movie, when Lee uses her psychic power to determine which house the criminal is in, we see that her colleague is killed immediately, but Lee easily goes inside the house despite the fact that the killer is armed. The killer surrenders without any reason while he killed her colleagues just a few minutes ago. If he wanted to surrender, why didn't he surrender at first? It seems that he's an evil agent and wants the FBI to know about Lee's psychic power, and by arresting him, lead Lee Harker to the Longlegs case. Everything in the Longlegs case started from the Lee's own house. From the mother's efforts to protect her child, which made her has to do things. The cycle continued with the arrival of Lee as an FBI agent, and in the end, considering the mother wanted to protect her child, but the child seems to unable to protect her mother, because her mother, after years of doing evil things and seeing the destruction of family and the killing of people, suffered a deep trauma from her own actions and seeing the results. We see the metamorphosis of her. Now she become another agent of Satan, or even Satan himself. As she said to Lee at the beginning, she did these things so that Lee would have a chance to grow up. Satan wanted this cycle to be complete, despite the mother's sacrifice and offering her soul and life to him. By being killed by her own child, Satan caused a greater pain to Lee's mother. After all things she did for him, we also see the devil's betrayal to his own brokers and agents, Satan's betrayal to humans, his sword to mislead and destroy.